Cousin Internet. It's me, Cousin Todd, and with me is Cousin Megan.
Hello.
You're eating.
I have to do it for James.
You're doing it in memory of James?
Yeah.
Then you're supposed to take a bite and, like,
Spit it out.
yeah, spit it out for your homies.
Can't do that. I'm too poor.
And then Red Bull.
Yep.
Gross.
You're gross.
And it's sugar-free Red Bull, too,
Yeah.
which I think would be even grosser.
It's not. You want to try some?
Because then it's like Diet Nickels melted down.
It's not. It's good.
Do you remember Sobe Energy?
Mm-hmm.
That, I fucked with Sobe Energy a lot.
Yeah? Which
and
flavor?
just the Sobe Energy, it was that citrus flavor. It was only the one flavor. Like, they had Sobe other drinks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I told this story on the podcast have I told the story where I went and I reached my hand in the back at the 7-Eleven to grab one? I was so hooked on them, and this guy jumped out, and I'm not making fun of anyone's ethnicity.
Oh, he freaked out on you,
But
right?
he jumped out and went, "You're not allowed back there. You're not allowed back there." Literally followed me up to the register. And then my friend Bernard, who's like 6'6" or 6'7", just let him do it for a few more times. He was just nonstop. Like, I didn't know. I
Were
wasn't
you
supposed to
like,
be.
well, then put more
I said, "I'm
out,
sorry."
you
No, I
ass.
was like, "I'm sorry. I just wanted to get this." And then my friend Bernard just went, "All right, enough." And the guy's eyes got huge, and he went, "Why you look like you kill me?" And I'm not like trying to ridicule.
I almost saw someone get beat up at the dollar store today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For why?
We were waiting in line. There was only one register open, and they called for backup, and the person was like getting ready to open the register, and a woman from back in the back of the line, like, crept around and was like trying to get into the
Like she was trying to
line
cut?
that was going to open,
Oh.
and the woman in front of me goes, "They're going to call for the next person in line."
Yeah.
And the woman who was sneaking around goes, "Bitch, mind your business." She was
Ooh.
like, "You don't know me. I will fucking cut you." And she like freaked out immediately.
Yeah.
It was so immediate.
That's why it's worth it to go to Publix.
Well, they don't have shit for $1. I got a tape measure and a candle and a candlestick for $3.
You know what is like, I was just listening to a podcast and they were talking about the dollar store, and I guess how successful it has been in the past few years.
Because of the economy?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
they were like, "I didn't know you could get produce at the dollar store." Yeah. I guess it depends on the dollar store you go to.
I want to know what fucking dollar store that is.
Well, I mean, you're getting dollar store produce. Yeah.
I mean, produce is generally only $1 if you're buying good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they were talking about just, like, groceries in general. Like,
Oh, well, they have groceries at
going
the
there
dollar
and getting,
store.
yeah.
They have like, they have
I
frozen
think
foods
there's
and
just
they
a stigma about it. Like, I've gone in there and I've seen, like, I can literally hear your sandwich. Your ASMR Wawa.
Wawa.
Someone who loves Wawa a lot is jerking off right now.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It was me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I think there's just a stigma to it, and I don't think I have a problem with that, but I feel like if I saw someone buying all of their groceries, I would make some sort of snap judgment in my head.
Well, a lot of it is stuff that's gonna be expired soon. It's not
Yeah.
expired, but it's like,
I wrote a thing, and it was like a not too distant future sort of story, and it was about class warfare, and it was about the haves and the have-nots. That was like where society was, and a law had to be passed that like fruits and vegetables couldn't be thrown out at a grocery store. So the minute they started to rot, they were given to the poor, which was basically 90% of the country.
right.
And it was the story. The story was basically about that kind of rise up.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. They end up, attacking a factory that makes robots, which was like the reason why nobody had jobs, because the robots are the real Mexicans in the future.
Cool.
And then the guy who created the factory that makes all of these robots was like, well, I need to make a robot to protect my factory, and that was like the start of the robot human war. Was a robot that was designed. Are you just
describing Terminator right now?
Yes.
Okay.
And then, but at the end of my story, this is where it's different. At the end of my story, the robot gets pushed into lava, and he does like a thumbs up as he sinks down. He's like, "It's okay, bro." How
sounds
was your?
Like a good book.
yeah, it was a movie.
Oh, wait, what?
No, my book is inspired heavily. I just write down what I see in the theater.
You rewind it to get all the dialogue.
Yeah.
Right.
How was your week?
I'm tired, man. You're probably tired too.
I'm exhausted.
I look like I've been fucking beaten.
Fucking beaten.
Like, hard.
That's called rape.
Well, and then, I'm tired of people on my Facebook being like, you need to go to a doctor.
Oh, because your bruises?
Because of my bruises.
I almost said something like, yeah, you've got AIDS.
No.
Like when she posted that.
Oh, yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, Megan and I are rehearsing a show, and in the show there's a routine called slide table, and it's a light tumbling routine that involves you running and diving across the surface of a table, and you roll off the other end, or you tumble off. And everyone, when they start, this is her first time doing a slide table routine, when everyone first starts, you get bruised all to shit because you are banging into this table. And I don't think that necessarily you get better so the bruises stop happening. I think your body just goes, okay, well, I'm going to toughen up because
happening now.
Yeah, this is my life.
Yes.
But yeah, Megan posted a picture of her bruises.
Yeah.
And I think it's good that you post those pictures so that nobody sees you in public and sees
like,
one.
whoa.
And there's like, hey, do you need help?
But this girl was like, you need to go see a doctor because bruises like that
could signify a serious illness.
People don't usually bruise like that. And I'm like, bitch, have you tried what I was doing? Because I think you would probably bruise up too.
That's a terrible thing to do to someone too, to be like,
yeah, go see a doctor.
Yeah, hey, I think there's something really wrong with you.
Cool.
It's like, anytime you WebMD yourself,
yeah,
you have cancer AIDS.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man.
I don't pay attention to what that girl says. I figure skated with her like a million years ago, and she's the worst. So I don't know why she's on my Facebook still.
All right, fair enough. Anyone else you want to call out?
No, not right now.
I have people on my Facebook who I went to school with, and we get along like well enough. I felt really bad. There's one dude who I wasn't really that close to in high school, but we've communicated on Facebook a lot more recently. And when you work in a theme park here in Orlando, you have tons of friends that come out of the woodwork that you haven't seen in like 20 years who are like, hey, you still work at Universal?
Yep.
Can I get like 7 tickets?
Nope.
And but like this guy, I've gotten him and his kids in before, and he asked me a few weeks ago, and my mom and her friends came in town, and my neighbor asked for tickets at the same time.
Right.
So I was like, I got my mom and her friends in, and then I got my neighbor and her, because you can schedule when they can go. So like they can get their tickets like a couple weeks beforehand. And this is when I got really sick.
Okay.
Like it was actually the day that Wally died as well.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'd given these tickets away like weeks before, and this guy like messaged me and he's like, hey, do you have a couple tickets for this weekend? And I was like, oh, sorry, man, I just gave my last one out. And then like 3 or 4 days later, I get tagged on Facebook, hey, Todd, thanks for the tickets to the park. And I was like, son of a bitch.
Fuck.
You don't have to do that.
Well, you could have been like, well, I just got more. Or you could have explained how the system works. Or you could have been like, buy your own fucking tickets.
Yeah, but what sucked is like he liked the picture that I was tagged in.
So? Cool.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that.
I know,
I know. Are you a Hufflepuff?
No. Ooh,
I think you are.
How dare you?
No, I really think you are.
How dare you?
I think you are, man.
I'm a Ravenclaw, bitch.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You make too many grammar mistakes to be a Ravenclaw, bud.
Einstein sucked at math. Well, early on in life he did. And then he got better.
Well,
Michael Jordan couldn't make his high school basketball team.
Cool.
Actually, I think that's an urban legend. I think he really was like awesome in high school.
He sucked at baseball though. So
I mean, he was good enough to play professionally.
because he was Michael Jordan.
Right.
And they were like, "This will be good for us."
Are you old enough to remember Bo Jackson? Bo Jackson was a football player who also played baseball, but he was a phenomenal athlete. Like, he was good at everything he did. And in fact, in the old NES football game, like, what was it, Temco Bowl or whatever it was? No, it was, yeah. You could pick actual football players to be the 8-bit pixel on the screen, but you had to do a no Bo rule. Like, that was what my friends and I were going to no Bo Jackson, no Bo rule, because he could literally run circles around people in the game. Family Guy did a bit on it.
They like made him better than the rest of the
way
people?
better than the rest. Like, you could literally
why?
just do laps around the screen and nobody could catch you ever.
Why?
I know, it was funny if you were playing with someone who didn't know. But yeah, it was terrible. But yeah, no, he was someone that excelled in multiple things.
Is he still alive?
I would assume
Yeah?
so. I haven't heard.
Good.
I mean, he hasn't, like other NFL athletes, shot himself in the chest.
What?
Where the NFL athletes that have suffered too many concussions, that's why there's a lot of people who are up in arms kind of with the NFL in general.
Yeah.
Is you have all of these athletes who get multiple concussions and then they become like abusive to like their spouses and I want to say like maybe 4 or 5 professional NFL players have killed themselves because like they have the constant headaches and stuff, but they shoot themselves in the chest so that they could have their brain analyzed after death to find out what's wrong with them.
Well, that's nice of them.
Yeah, well, it's considerate.
Jesus
If you're gonna
Christ.
kill, have you ever known anyone that killed them? Well, I guess
Yes. Yeah.
we all have.
We all did. Yeah.
There was a guy who I did a show with, who posted a Facebook message, but he did it from his like professional page. Because if you have like a page, like not your personal page, you can time it. Like you can set a post to go at a certain time.
Shit.
And he posted this long, by the time you read this, I'm dead.
Wow.
I don't forgive anyone anything. If I hated you when I died. And like you talk about me making grammatical errors. There were a few in there that I caught and I was like, oh man, this is your last thing. Like there's no going back and correcting that. I made a post in a group that we're in for the show that we're working on because someone said, hey, when is our friends and family night? And I posted the dates, but I posted the wrong dates. And then our dance captain messaged me and said, hey, did you put these dates? Did we change it? And I was like, oh, shit. So I could go back and change my typo. Whereas...
Well, he didn't want anybody to know he was going to kill himself, so he wouldn't have had a proofreader.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, maybe there should be a service for that, like a suicide note editor.
What, you mean like autocorrect?
Yeah, but autocorrect doesn't catch everything. I mean, autocorrect will, like, That's the sound of Megan sitting down. Her diaper
finished.
Her diaper's full now. Like in Human, my book in Human, there aren't any. I had you suck. But that was edited by someone different. But Nightmare of Neverland, like there's the breathe breath thing that I went back and fixed. But
my mom is so...
Yeah. She called me and she was like, hey, there are...
She called you?
Or she messaged me on Facebook.
Oh, okay. I was like...
Actually, she just rolled over and nudged me. And was like,
good for her.
No, but she said, hey, there's a bunch of where you say breathe, but it's breath.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shoot. And I looked it up, and there were like 4 times in the book that it happened. But again, like autocorrect didn't help with that. I mean, the editor glossed over it too, but it's not a misspelling.
Being smart would have helped.
Probably.
Hufflepuff, baby. The reason I think you're a Hufflepuff is because you're the same way about confrontation that I am.
Well, you need to call J.K. Rowling and tell her that her website lied to me then.
Well, she put me in Ravenclaw too, but there's no way.
Why?
There's no way.
You're a smarty pants.
Yeah, but like
Look
not
at
like
Look
that.
at you in glasses. You idiot.
Ooh. Ooh.
But you bought Hufflepuff stuff. So wait,
I did.
hold on. Pottermore,
Yeah.
which is supposedly canon, the be-all, end-all, put you in Ravenclaw.
Yeah, but they don't ask the question at the end what house you would prefer. Because the Sorting Hat takes into account what house you would,
okay.
to be in.
Whatever you have to tell yourself to sleep at night.
Okay. Why would I have been like, yeah, I'd like to be a Hufflepuff, please?
Listen,
if I didn't think in my heart that I was one.
people choose to be gay. People choose to be women.
You're right.
People choose to be all sorts of deformities.
Right? Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Are you?
You all.
You all?
I refuse to say y'all. I did hear a female podcaster say you guys, and someone called her on it, and she's like,
Really? I don't fucking care about that shit.
And she did the same thing. She was like, it's a figure of speech.
Yes.
I'm not denigrating your
I'm
sex.
not calling you a dude.
But like that's something that was in my head. Like
Oh.
when I saw like that first story where like the lady posted the article about you guys, and I was like, damn it, like 'cause that's been in the back of my head where, especially because we have so many girls on our show,
Yeah.
I would always feel weird saying you guys, and I also don't like, hey ladies, like I don't like doing that.
No. Katie Ford said a good alternative is party people. Because that's both.
Yeah.
But you sound like an idiot.
Listen, party people.
Oh man, I saw a meme on Twitter last night
Yep.
that I think I'm gonna use as my goodbye anytime I leave a room.
Yep. What is it?
Stay fresh, cheese slice. And it's just like, it's a picture of like a bag. Oh no, stay fresh cheese bag. It's bags that you put cheese in.
Right.
To keep them fresh. But like, stay fresh.
There's oh God, I wish I remember. I followed her when I saw this post because I thought it was funny. But she said, I wish people would stop telling me I look good holding a baby. Bitch, I look good no matter what. You should see me after I have an abortion. I'm breathtaking. She's like, I'm breathtaking. Literally
man.
taking the breath from something else.
Oh my God. They're not breathing in there.
I know. They're sea monkeys.
I have a lot of opinions. We don't have to talk about abortion on this
I
podcast.
know. I know. You just came from the abortion
I sure
clinic.
did.
That's why you worked up an appetite.
Yeah, I was hungry. I lost a lot of blood in there.
You got the free Wawa sandwich with your 10th abortion.
Yeah. It's nice that Wawa's partnering with Planned Parenthood these days. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Going back on Facebook thing, which kind of is key to the abortion thing. Just things that people post.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people, like, who I grew up with, who are very, one-sided in their thought process of what they believe.
Sure.
Or what they believe. They, like this one dude. All right. I'm not going to say this guy's name.
Okay.
This guy is a local performer.
Kevin.
No. No, this guy is a local performer.
Okay.
And he is constantly posting on Facebook, like, gay people have chosen this lifestyle, like, unironically, but they've chosen this lifestyle. They're sinners.
He's a performer here?
Yeah.
I have to
And
leave.
I will always, the only reason I haven't unfriended him is because I will always post, like, scientific articles, going, hey, just so you know,
Yeah.
this is where science is right now. It's not a choice.
They don't care.
This is genetic. And he's like, well, I need to see more research. One day I blew up his feed with every, like, accredited science article on the subject. And he's like, no, you know what? This is not
It's all
like,
biased.
Yeah.
It's fake news. I hate that fucking term, man.
Fake news. Fake news, brah.
Because you can use it against anything. And
Well, it's
you
just when
think
you
you're
don't have an
right.
argument.
Exactly.
You don't have an argument, so you go, hey, fake news.
Yeah.
But like he posts this like New York just passed an abortion law, and essentially what it's saying is if the child is already dead and it could put the mother's life at risk, they can terminate the pregnancy, or if the baby is going to die and it's putting the mother's life at risk.
It's a late term abortion law.
Yeah, but that it's so specific. It's not, hey, I'm 8.5 months pregnant. Get this shit out of me.
My guy, listen.
And he posted, I have never been so disgusted in my life how they're murdering babies. And I was like, hey, man, this is the article where it basically says what it is. And he's like, yeah, but people are cheating the system. And I was like,
who's going to go through 7 months of being pregnant before going, never mind.
I don't know.
I don't really want that.
I've asked a girl where she wanted to eat lunch before, and that took a while.
No, but like, you have to deal with all that shit your body goes through.
Well, there are not one group, there are multiple groups that cleverly disguise themselves as like abortion clinics, but
and
all they're doing is stalling you.
Yep.
They're stalling you until you hit that point of no return.
That's why you have to go to Planned Parenthood's the best place to go.
But because they have that partnership with Wawa.
Yeah.
But I have posted on that guy's thing before because he's complained about, nobody in town will hire me and I'm so talented and blah, 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 blah. And
I bet he is.
I sent him a private message and I said, hey, just so you know, you want to perform in town and there are a lot of gay people in the performance industry. So when you post shit that's problematic, like you chose this lifestyle and you're going to burn in hell, don't be surprised if people don't want to work with you.
Sorry, dude.
So the shows that we're doing, he sent a message to someone who works on the other side and said, hey, are they hiring? And it was Brittany's boyfriend that he texted. And I was like, please tell him that I'm doing the hiring for that show because I really want to see.
And that I'm very gay.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, define very gay.
The end of the spectrum.
The rainbow?
Yeah. Shit like that bothers me, man.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. Especially from men who don't have to fucking go through it. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
Right.
Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah, but there's a chance that what's growing inside you could be a man. And that's where...
You're right. You're right.
That's where he trumps you.
Yep. No.
I trumped you.
God damn it. It's the end of days.
No, it's not.
Yeah, man.
If you are following like the shit that's going down, like I'm not. I don't like when we get like too political.
Well, I'm here. I'm the only one here.
But just the indictments that have been happening, and
well, he says it's all. He's denying ever meeting any of these fucking people. Which is ridiculous.
That was the thing that I thought was funny is that like American media and the American press has basically known, like, because Trump will say something on camera and then hours later say, I never said that.
Right.
And like American reporters have kind of gotten used to that. There was like a few months ago, or maybe been like 6 months ago, where he was over in Europe. He was doing like a tour, and he did that. He was like, I've never said that. And the reporters all just kind of stopped, and they were like, wait, what?
Yes, you did.
Like, they were genuinely confused because they were like,
Oh, because it was European.
Yeah, but they were like, what do you mean you didn't say that? Like, we literally just recorded you saying that. Because they did, I mean, I guess our reporters are just like, oh, fuck it, whatever.
Which is the wrong attitude to have.
Yeah, but it's like...
I'm sure they're exhausted.
This is how...
so tired.
This is how and then we should get off the political thing. So,
sure.
But this is how I associate it. I associate just the behavior of Trump is like that guy that you dated in high school or college who... would say like, no, baby,
gaslighting.
I didn't go to that party because I know you don't like Sheila, and I heard Sheila was there, so I didn't go to that party. And you're going to go, well, what is this picture of you with Sheila at the party? And he's like, why do you always do this?
It's gaslighting.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is. And I'm not surprised.
It sucks because what he's doing by gaslighting the country is he's ruining it for those who have
For the guys who want to
have been
gaslight their girlfriends.
privately gaslighting people for years.
Nobody knew about gaslighting before. Now everybody knows about it. Stupid.
So that's it. What do we talk about now? We've done
now,
it.
fuck.
We've done
Sorry.
abortion.
Well, this is what happens when Cody's not here and James isn't here to get us off the subject.
But you ate. James will jump into the political stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's important to talk about it. It's not necessarily the medium to talk about it, but we have to normalize talking about it.
I mean, I think what it comes down to is, and I said this on election night, is that we're going to see this mass group of people. This is something that I've said for years in arguments, and it's something that I always try to be aware of. If you're in a fight with your significant other, and there becomes a point in your argument where you realize I may be wrong, but you've already put your foot all the way down on the pedal, and you are gassed, like you are going, and you can't turn back.
And then you hit a stop light. You're gas to the light.
That's stupid. How do you hit a light?
I don't know.
That's plasma.
Okay.
No, but you can't back down,
right?
Even though you know you're wrong, so you do start trying to skirt the issue.
Well, it's a pride thing.
Well, and that's an evolutionary thing.
Yeah.
And it's something that I always try to be aware of whenever I'm having a disagreement with someone. Is I always try to think, what is the point of this? Why am I why am I upset? And I feel like having that awareness has helped a lot.
Yeah.
Like Renette and I have been together for over a year now, and we haven't had an argument.
Oh, it's coming.
No, but I mean, we've had disagreements, but never
not like a screaming argument.
No.
Jason and I haven't either.
Even though he was at that party with Rachel?
with Sheila.
Sheila, mate.
Sheila. I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that both of us we take a step back and we go, what are we fighting? What's wrong? And we go, oh, we're both exhausted.
Right.
There was a miscommunication, and that's
Right.
all it was. So we should be able to be like, oh, sorry.
I should have told you about Sheila.
Yep, I should have told you about Sheila.
I'm sorry. Like Renette has said, Renette's mom said something to her the other night because the posts and the pictures of our show,
right,
where Renette's mom had said, are you nervous about Todd being around all of these beautiful girls?
Oh, Lord.
I actually mentioned your name because I said, does your mom know who's in that show with me?
Yeah.
That Brittany and you and Tom, I was like, you three love her. And I was like, if they saw me getting remotely close with anyone in that show, I would come home with a boot print on the side of my head.
100%.
Yes. And Renette's not the jealous type at all. Like, her whole thing is, well, if you see one, just bring her home.
I fucking love her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's
Until I bring a girl home and she's like, what the fuck is this?
And you're like, but you said.
I just need to find a girl who will go along with the gag.
Long enough to see what happens.
Long enough to see it. It's like playing chicken.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Renette might be like, fuck, this has got to be some sort of game. All right, I'll see how far it goes.
I mean, she is Canadian. She might be into it.
It'll be like, what is that dumb?
She's all about it.
You know, I hate that show, Friends. But there was the chicken thing between
Ross and Rachel?
No.
Monica and Chandler?
No, not that, because they actually were in a relationship.
Phoebe and...
I think it was Joey and Monica, where they claimed that they were going to have an affair, or that they were trying to get information or convince the other person.
Oh, and then it got too far, and they ended up.
They were daring each other to make the next step,
right?
Because they were both not going to do it.
Wasn't that Monica and Chandler? Because
I don't know. That show is terrible.
Why are you?
It is so terrible because it's so predictable.
Well, did you watch it when it came out, or did you watch it?
No,
after.
I watched it. An ex of mine watched it every fucking night, and I had to sit in the room And so I started just at the very beginning of each episode calling what the final joke was going to be because it was such a formulaic show.
Yeah.
And eventually she was like, would you stop ruining everything I love? And I was like, well, love something better.
Oh.
Because this show sucks. We were taking a break.
Pivot.
Terrible.
Pivot.
Although, that being said, I felt like Seinfeld was still a formulaic show.
Yeah.
But I loved Seinfeld.
Well, that's because it was mostly about boys.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah.
We need more shows about boys.
And
in fact, you know what? I have taken such a strong only men stance. Mm-hmm. Even the porn that I watch now,
just
is
men,
just guys.
Yep.
And you know what? I feel like they put more work in.
Yeah.
They earn that extra 30%.
100%. That's absolutely true. Good for them.
Yeah.
It's been so long since men had a chance in this world. It's just, I'm so proud of every one of them.
I'm glad you finally have come around.
Yep. You know, my spirit just broke. So I'm just.
You're welcome, Jason. She's ready.
She's ready. The final stage has commenced.
That's what I am. I'm like a horse breaker for women.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I date you, and then I break your spirit, and then the next guy, it's free and clear.
You're like Good Luck Chuck.
I never saw Good Luck Chuck.
You never saw Good Luck Chuck?
No.
Dane Cook's best work.
Oh,
which means it was mediocre.
Dane Cook was in it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He was.
All right, we should wrap this up.
Okay, we gotta look at clothes.
Yeah. Megan.
Hi.
What did you learn tonight?
Oh, boy. I don't know. Not a lot. I learned that Todd wrote the novelization of Terminator.
Yep.
So that's cool.
Yeah, but to be fair, I did it 2 years after the movie came out.
Right.
And I learned something tonight, too. I learned that when you're driving down the road and you've really got your foot on the pedal and you're gunning that gas, you better watch out for lights.
Gaslight.
All right. We're Mama's Comedy Show. We're here every Friday night at 10 p.m. Call 407-363-1985. You can call... I just said that.
Yep.
You can find us on Facebook. Search for @Mama's Comedy Show. You can find me on Twitter @Todders. That's also my Instagram if you want to see food that I've cooked or food that I've eaten. If you want to see food that I've recently digested, that's on Twitter.
Yep.
My Xbox Live gamer tag is DoodiePoopoo, DOODIEPOOPOO. Megan, where is you?
I'm on the internet. I'm on Twitter @Borkus Morkus. I'm on Instagram @MEGG0RS. And I'm going to be doing that fucking show.
Cirque Magique and Cirque by Night.
Cirque Magique and Cirque by Night, baby.
I had this thought when we were talking about with cousin Devin, who does this show as well.
Yeah.
She's in our show, or our shows together. But when her is it her Twitter or Instagram is All Dogs Go to Devin?
That's her, Instagram.
But I was thinking about this because when Twitter first came out, I was able to get Todders, which is what I wanted.
Right.
But then I thought you probably didn't get a Twitter when it came out.
No.
When did you get your Twitter?
Well, I did, and then I changed my name.
Oh.
Because people kept tagging me in these paintings of landscapes, and as this artist named Morkus, and that was my name, and then the artist messaged me, and he was like, hey, can you please give up your name so that I can have it? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's another Todd Farron.
Yeah.
His last name is spelled slightly different, but he is I hate this. He is a bikini model photographer.
Hilarious.
But not
classic
not
comedy.
Not magazines.
No.
It's
he just goes to the beach.
Yeah, no.
Takes pictures of women.
His website is so sketch. And I was like, oh,
Doofa,
man.
Doofa.
And people search for me. God damn
definitely
it.
you. It's definitely Todd. Spelling his name differently.
That's my other life. I was too scared to pick a completely different name. But I was thinking about kids now who are getting their first Instagram or their first Twitter, all the good names are taken.
Yeah, suck it. Megan 1 2 3 4 5 6 7.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.